Thank you for joining me. I hope you're going to get the value that I believe this product offering has got. So let's get cracking. Right, so what we're looking at here, we're looking at an extraction of data from the Sage 300 software. It's an accounting software package. In the blog, you'll see the description there of what this is all about. So let's quickly talk about the traditional way in which you would use data like this to generate reports, get some insight into what's going on in your business, what's going on in your sales, your customers, your products, what exactly is going on. So traditionally, we're sitting with 4 tables. You've got a table for sales, table for customers, table for products, and then this calendar table I brought in. We'll chat about that just now. So in order to create a data set, usually you had to pull in some information from the various tables into your sales table and create a large flat table, which you would then use to do your reporting. No longer is this something that we will do. Another thing that you still need to do if you're using those approaches is, at the end of your data sets, you would have had multiple lines, calculations, VLOOKUPs, all these very nice things to have in the past. VLOOKUP, one of my favorite formulas. But no longer is this required. So you would have a situation where your boss comes to you, you've developed this nice big flat table, you're doing reporting on a monthly and quarterly basis. Your boss comes and says, you know what, I want you to change this formula, and no longer do we want percentage of sales to be, or target percentage to be this much, we want it to be this much. And then you had to go in and change all your formulas, which takes forever and is a real headache. No longer with Power Pivot, we are in power and in charge of our data. So let's jump in. I'm going to quickly go through this. I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a dashboard. First, a quick analysis, a couple of measures. I'll start off with showing you how to get your data into Power Pivot, how we're going to create relationships between these data sets or tables, and then Power View. I think I'll show you how quick and easy it is to create a report using Power View, and then you'll have a data set ready to import right onto the PowerBI.com platform, and you can share your dashboards with your clients, your employees, anybody you want to. So let's get cracking. As I said before, we've got 4 tables: sales, customers, products, and then calendar, which is one that I brought in. So let's start importing our tables into Power Pivot. So on top here, you can see there's the Power Pivot link. You click on it, and then there's a button called Add Data Model. So as long as you selected your table anywhere, you click on this button, it's going to put the sales table in Power Pivot. There you see, that's Power Pivot. This is Excel, all in one place. I'm going to go back to the Excel file and click on customers, anyone customers table, add. The same with products, click anywhere, add to data model, and then the same for the calendar. Right, so there we go. We've got all our data in the Power Pivot database. So now you're saying to me, Lou, well, that's great. We've got 4 tables. It looks exactly the same as Excel. What now? So, something you can't do in Excel when you do a pivot table is create relationships or use all 4 interconnected tables. You can't do that in Excel. Hence all the VLOOKUPs that we used to use. Now there's this button here called diagram view. We click on it, and then you see 4 tables with all the available columns in them. The first or the top 3 there, customers, products, and calendar. These are our lookup tables. Generally, it's good practice to keep them on the top. And then the sales one at the bottom here is our data table. So data table we would use then to look up values from either customers, products, or the calendar. So let's quickly create our first relationship. We're going to look at this one. This is customer code. It's the unique ID from the customers table. And here in sales, we've got a similar one. So I'm going to click and drag this over, drop it in there, and voila. There's a relationship now between customers and sales. Similarly, we're going to do this for products. We've got an item code. I click and hold item code, drag it onto item code and products, and let it go. There we go, relationship done. Then for calendar, we have got one date column here which is called doc date. I'm going to drag this to the date column there, and there you go. We've got a relationship now between sales and the calendar table. That's really it. We've created our relationships. This is a simple, easy model, and we're going to leave it there. I'm going to go back to data view, and you'll see by looking on the top here on doc date, there's a little magnifying glass there which shows we've got a relationship going there. The same with customers. There we go. It shows you the relationship, and the same with products. You can also see the relationship there. Alright, so let's add some measures. What do we want to measure? What do we want to calculate? First thing, I have created the formulas which we can use, and to enter those we go and click on calculated fields, and we say new calculated field. So I want to create a dashboard which is a sales overview. Alright, so the first one I want to create, I'm just going to call it sales, and we want to do the sum of, from the sales table, I have a column called line total excluding. Yeah, we can check our formula. We click on it, it tells us no errors in formula. Fantastic. We click OK. Then we go, we click create another new one. This one we're going to call sales last year. We want to compare the sales from exact time last year with this year. This is what this one looks like. It's a slightly more complicated formula, and we'll explain this at another time. This we're going to say is if has one value, the calendar year, calculate the sales of the date minus 1 year, so it gives us the exact year as the previous year. And we check our formula, the formula is fine, and we say OK. Right, so we've got 2 measures that we've added. All we need to do now is to create our sales overview dashboard. For this, we're going to go to insert on the top there. By the way, this is Excel 2013, if you haven't noticed. Power Pivot is also available on the Excel 2010, as well as Power Query. We're not using Power Query here. If our data was lying somewhere outside on a SQL server or wherever, in this case, perhaps from a Sage SQL database where the data gets extracted, we would have pulled it in from Power Query. So let's create our report. We say insert. Here is a button on the right that says Power View. Underneath it says Reports. We click on it. And it opens up a blank canvas. Typically how I like to start with this, I create the tables first. If the tables look like they contain all the right information, then I turn it into a chart, whether it's a bar chart or column chart, whichever one you prefer. So I'm going to start, right, I want to use in sales. The first one I'm going to do is the item name, item category name, and I want to see the sales and the sales of last year. Alright, that's the first table. Then the next one I want to do is it's not customer name, it says sales per name. So this is who made the sale. Who is the person who made the sale? I'm going to put it there and select sales and sales from last year. Then one more, I want to do the item location name where the sales happened. Again, sales and sales for last year. So I'm just going to stretch them out here just quickly. Just so that we can turn them into charts. Again, this is my way of doing it. If you have your own way to do it, then that's fine. I enjoy the tables. Alright, so there we go. So we can click on the table. In here we can see our chart switch visualizations. We can say show me a cluster column. There we go, cluster column. Let's do this for all three charts. And you can also do a couple of other things. You can say I don't want to see the title, so let's clean it up. We'll add our own titles, and we want maybe some data labels just outside of the chart. I'm just going to shrink this a bit because I want to add some stuff on the top there. Shrink it a bit. This one over here. Come on. Right, and I said before we're going to call this sales overview. Right, I also want to add just a sum on the top. Let me put sales overview in the corner. I'm going to add this over here, and I want to turn it into a call out card. It looks something like that. So it shows us the total sales and the sales last year. Alright, and perhaps some slices. So here we can go to the calendar table, and we want to be able to slice via year and let's say quarter. Okay, we put our slices there. So at the moment these are actually tables. We'll have to click there and say do not summarize. So it gives us the actual values, and then we turn it into a slicer. Okay, so we've got a fully fledged dashboard going on here. You'll notice that so you're saying, well, Lou, where's the sales for last year? Those are actually not showing because the last year formula we'll have to select a year, and it'll give you that current year plus the previous year. There we go. I've selected 2015. So now it shows us 2015 and the last year figure for sales for each of the categories, each of the salespeople, salesperson, and then finally the location. So we could add some text box to this, just as headings. We'll call this one, let's call it category. Category, make it slightly bigger. Let's turn that into Arial. Categories. Yeah, we could just copy paste that one, so we've got the format already going. This one we call salesperson, and then the bottom one we could just call it location. Right, so there you go. We've got a dashboard that gives us a sales this year, well, in this case it's 2015 and the previous year, which you can compare. And by the way, if you click on any of these categories, let's say you want to see the sales for Bill, you click on Bill, and all the rest of the columns will filter according to Bill's sales. If we click it off there and we say show us all the sales from accessories, it will show you who made those sales and in which locations most of those sales were made. It also changes the sales and sales last year on top as well. So I think that's it. I'm not going to go into this any further. We'll call this sales overview, and we'll just put our data there. Here we go. Fantastic. And that's how quick and easy it is to create a report dashboard fully integrated and ready for publishing on the PowerBI.com desktop. And the great thing here is that now if your boss comes and says, I want to change this formula, I want to add a percentage to the total sales to give me a more accurate value for whatever reason, all you do without having to change multiple formulas is we go to Power Pivot, we go say manage your calculated formulas, you open the formula, you change it here, and you save it and close. And that's it. You change one formula. If I had multiple dashboards here that use the sales calculation, it would change or apply your change to all the dashboards. So I think that's it. Baby steps. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you come back to see more. We've got lots more to show you, and it's going to get real exciting. Pull that Ferrari out the garage. We are ready to go for a drive. This has been Llewellyn from Polymath Consulting. Please comment, give your shout out, and I'll see you next time.